This week on the GoGCast, Leah goes undercover in 007 First Light. We break down all the showcases coming our way with Summer Game Fest. And we look at the latest game to get out of Grand Theft Auto's path. Grab your calendar, your wish list, and your Walther PPK. Let's do this.
Get ready for the Girls on Games podcast. Your weekly dose of news, reviews, and everything video games. Always served with a good helping of hype and just a pinch of salt. And now, your host, Leah.
Hello and welcome to another Girls on Games podcast. My name is Leah. I'm the host of this show. This is episode number 542. And joining me around this digital table is Catherine. Hey, Kat.
Hello.
How you doing?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm good. Missing Joelle. Oh, she's feeling good and on the mend.
Yeah.
See her soon. Yeah. Let's get through some housekeeping before the crew check in. If you enjoy this show, you can subscribe. We're available on Apple Podcasts, YouTube Music, iHeartRadio, Spotify, and Podbean. If you'd like to give us a tip, maybe buy us a coffee, you can do that by going to our Ko-fi. That's ko-fi.com/girlsongames. Kat, what have you been at this week, girl? Anything fun?
Yeah, Friday night, I invited myself downstairs to my brother's because I had no plan. They were like, we're going to watch the Habs lose. I'm like, can I come? He's like, yeah, show up around 7. We'll have wings and nachos.
Nice.
So, yeah, I went to did a quick grocery store run. And after that, I went downstairs. And yeah, that was rough.
Yeah.
That was not a fun match. That was a steamroll. But, you know, they had my sister-in-law's cousin was there with her 2 small little girls. So there was like a total of 6 children, 3 of them under the age of 3.
Oh, boy.
Yeah. 2 toddlers and like a baby. Like the baby's a baby. I forget, not older than 6 months old. So very much give bottle, change diaper, put on the ground, baby gets entertained by the two toddlers running everywhere being like,
yeah,
you know. But yeah, it was hectic, but it was nice. It was good. And then everybody was kind of happy the series were over because they were like, oh, you know, we'll get back to having our nights, you know, free up our schedule.
Because that's a very positive way to look at it.
Yeah, because the thing is, like, the Stanley Cup finals, like, they're starting to, like, encroach on the beginning of the summer activities.
Yes.
And the fact that it's nice out and then it's also, like, light out later.
Yes.
So they're like, those kids could be outside playing, but instead we're inside watching fucking hockey.
How Canadian of you.
Yeah. But for them, it's really a family affair, you know. And 2 of the kids play and everything. So, no, it was good. And then it was raining on and off this weekend.
Okay.
So it was really weird. Like there was a thunderstorm Friday night and then Saturday was good weather. So I went to run some errands and then Sunday was basically, again, a bit of rain. And then in the afternoon, we had a huge thunderstorm again. And I was like, okay. So after the errand running and everything, I just kind of like stayed in, cozied up, did some stuff I had to do around the house mostly. Yeah, I've been putting off doing a lot of stuff and also buying a lot of stuff. So it's been expensive. And of course, this all happens. Like I reorganized my desk and I unplugged my monitors to like deep clean and reorganize. And
yes,
when I plugged it back in, one of them wouldn't turn on anymore.
Rip.
So, and you know, I have them on a stand with like 2 arms. And when I like kind of like flipped it over again because I'm like, well, I'm going to have to take this monitor off. It's the year manufacturer said 2010 on it. I was like,
it's time, Catherine. It's 16 years old.
I know, but there was an extra like monitor hanging around that like Pascal upgraded his monitor and he has an old monitor and it was in a pile for us to bring to the Eco Center for like recycling. Because it works, but it has like light leak and a dead pixel. So I grabbed that, install it. And when I install it, I'm screwing it. I'm looking at the date on the back of it. I'm like, this one says 2013.
Not much better.
And then my main one was a gift from somebody from work. And when he gave it to me like 2-3 years ago, he said it's about 10 years old. So anyway, I've been shopping for an ultra wide monitor.
Treat yourself, girl.
I've been saying that I would upgrade like the main monitor ever since I got the laptop in 2023. So yeah. And everybody's like, oh, monitors are not that expensive. I'm like, some of these jump to like over $1,000 really fast.
Yeah.
like, I don't know what they're doing with these gaming monitors. Like, are they really that much better? Or am I paying a premium because instead of being a regular Asus, it's a ROG. Instead of being like a regular Dell, it's an Alienware. Instead of being an HP, it's an Omen.
I mean, who knows, right?
I shortlisted a very boring LG one that's made for mostly productivity.
Okay.
Some 34 inches wide.
Fair enough.
Has a very slight curve.
Okay.
Very slight.
Mm-hmm.
And, like goes for about $700. And I'm
That's
like,
not
it could, yeah, I figure $700 to decade-old 1080p monitors, knowing that I have a laptop. So I always have like that second screen. I figured like having one just giant monitor. The problem is if that giant monitor fails, then
it's a problem for another day.
the laptop has its own monitor.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so I was looking at that LG one, which a lot of people that do creative work, they really like the LG monitors. If I remember correctly, you remember the Apple Cinema displays?
Mm-hmm.
And I think they stopped making them, and now they kind of like sell Apple-specific like LG monitors.
I don't remember if it was LG or for Samsung that used to be in them, but it was something like that where it was like they had a partnership, and that's what the screens were.
Yeah. So, and I have a few mutuals that were like, oh, I have something similar, I have that, but in an older model, and they love it.
Sorry, knocking things down.
Yeah. Everybody said it was decent for gaming. It was like a well-rounded monitor. And again, I'm not a PC gamer and I'm not a competitive gamer. So for me, my priority is productivity and then the rest after that. So I think I just need to have like just a good monitor.
I feel that.
Because they upgraded my monitors at work. And then I came back home and I was like, oh my God.
You really saw the difference?
So bad. Yes.
I know you're trying to do your part. You want to use it until you can't use it anymore, right? Because there's so much technical and computer e-waste out there. But Kat, I mean 16 years, 13 years.
It's just a matter of time between either of these monitor also refuses to turn on ever again.
I've been thinking about monitors, but I mean, we just bought Mikey gaming PC, so I'm going to wait a bit. But the ones that I've got, they're still fine. They're just 1080p, I think they're 27 inches, maybe 24. No, they're 27. And I got two of them here. But like I bought them when I moved in 2019. So they're 7 years old.
Yep.
So
you could replace just one of them, like having an off monitor on the side.
Yeah, I might do that at one point. It's just that I got when I'm working from home, I got the Mac over there. But I mean, it is something I could do for sure. I will probably end up looking into that eventually, but not for a little bit. These work for now. I just upgraded my camera for podcast purposes. So
that's the other thing is like this monitor died after I put in the order for a similar camera. I think the same model you said.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly, like to upgrade our podcast and everything, because I'm still rocking a Microsoft 720p camera from like I probably bought it for the first podcast episode.
Maybe
of the GoGCast.
Maybe.
So it's upgrade station over here. Like it's just like the computer's fine. The laptop is still doing absolutely great. 3 years. Do not regret my purchase. We'll probably be rocking it for another 3 or 4 years, God willing. Like that fancy Logitech mechanical keyboard I got, absolutely rocking it. I keep going through mice though.
It's like controllers, right?
Yeah.
So things your hands are on, you just use and abuse, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I haven't found a mice that lasts more than 2 years on me before a clicker goes. But yeah. So that's what I'm thinking of. So that's pushing back the Switch 2 project though.
I mean, that's okay. You need to have your work and podcast stuff. If not, how will we talk? How will we do this?
I still have all summer.
You do have all summer.
They said fall 2026 for
There you go. There you go.
Emblem.
You got time. You got time.
I got time.
Chaotic week last week. Friday night, I was not watching the Habs game. I was actually doing our first FIFA broadcast on one of our TSN digital stations. So yeah, I wasn't watching it. And I was so exhausted. I kind of crashed that night, like hardcore. But then Saturday got up and played games most of the day because also brain was dead and I had a new game, which we'll talk about. And then Sunday we did a lot of set up the outside. So our patio is all hunky-dory now with plants and cleaned up and it looks all neat and tidy. And that's where we ate dinner this evening, outside, because it is finally nice out. June 1st.
You got to enjoy it while it happens.
It extends our living space, right? So I want to use it while we can, right? And it's really nice. Like, it's good to bring Gibson out there so he just learns to, like, chill. So, yeah. I have been watching the Fantasy Critic because we had some games released last week. So let's get into that. On the Podcast League, 2 games released. I actually think is the same 2 games that released for both the Podcast League and the Community League. So on Wednesday, the 27th of May, 7 First Light came out. Critic of 88.18. That was on my list. On Friday, May 29th, Mina the Howler came out. Critic 94.24. Way to go, Kat.
God damn. That's on my list?
That's on your list.
Holy shit. I didn't realize I had to score that for the Community League.
Yeah.
Or is it the Podcast League?
The Podcast League, you got that. So there was no bids and no drops. So yeah, Kat, you are very much in first place. Then it is Joelle, and then it is me.
Thank you, Mina. Thank you, Forza.
So we'll talk about more game announcements and things later in the episode because 'tis the season, the Summer Game Fest season. All right, same 2 games released in the Community League. First Light was on Stainsby Kingsby's list. Critic 88 points of 18. Way to go, Stainsby. And then Mina the Howler was on Ross's list. Critic of 94 points 24. When it comes to bids, Nocturne was won by Jessica Starr with a bid of $7. Golf with Your Friends 2 was won by Jessica Starr as well with another bid of $7. Warhammer 40,000 Bolt Gun 2 was on Stainsby Kingsby list now with a bid of $10 and a drop. Darth Stridius dropped Pink Pony Island Club Publisher. Oh, that's the name of his thing. He dropped The Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Songs of the Past. I was really hoping it was going to be a Pink Pony Club game there for a second. God damn it. I got trolled there for a second reading this. No, Witcher 3 Wild Hunt Songs of the Past. You saw that news story that there's going to be a Witcher 3 DLC coming?
Before we get GTA 6?
Before we get GTA 6! A game that's almost as old, if not older, than GTA 6. We're getting more DLC for it.
This game is as old as my monitors. Why is it getting more DLC?
Why? Okay. In the standings, Jessica Starr remains in first position. Then it's Phoenix, Ross, Joelle, Offshore Meteor, Pat, Stacey Kingsby, Darth Stridius, Kat, Aria Richter, Margot Plays, myself, NJK, and Fred. So yeah, it is going to be a wild and wacky week in the Community and Podcast Critic League because 'tis the season. We'll get into that soon, talking about all the different events that are happening, where games are going to get announced and release dates are going to be made public. And then maybe some of those will be in 2026 and people will want to grab them for the Fantasy Critic. But first, Catherine, what you playing?
I finished Mixtape.
Yay!
Yeah, I finished it last night. What a wild ride. What a game. How it mixes music, real life event, but also fantasy and imagination, just how these kids view themselves or how these kids remember their fondest memories. And, just a story of like a dream and then a falling out and then making up and then moving on and growing up. And I'm just like, oh, God, that was so good. It's like... It really is like one of these rare gems. They, are just small. They are not with you for a long time because you play them. They're like maybe 4 or 5 hours to complete, but then they stay with you for a long time after.
Oh yeah.
Mixtape is definitely one of those games.
Yeah.
Highly recommend.
Yeah.
If you have like any kind of tier Game Pass, I think it's included in. It wasn't. You didn't need the Ultimate one to play it, if I remember correctly.
I don't remember. I just have Ultimate. So
same.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to play Forza, but even then, it's like to buy it. It's somewhere between $20 and $30.
Yeah, it was cheap.
It's pretty cheap considering like they had to license music.
Mm-hmm.
There's like, and in some of this music, I was like, oh, okay, like friggin', deep cuts, or I'm discovering a lot. And, some of these, some really big names that are like, oh, that was expensive. Like there's a Smashing Pumpkins song in there and like Silverchair and stuff like that. Like, of course, no Taylor Swift because it's like from the 90s.
That's not what this game is.
No. And, I guess I didn't shoot for the moon asking for a Celine Dion track. But, like stuff that you heard on the radio a lot.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's not free to use that music.
No.
So I'm actually surprised that they managed to keep it like under $30.
Yeah, I'm curious to see the structure of that, maybe because of how intricate, like, it's not like it's just playing in the background or whatever on one of those radio stations. It's very much like built into the show, just like you would have in a movie, right? Where it's like they are playing most of the song, if not all the song, but it's definitely like choreographed in a way that it's like, like the moment exactly how it's kind of panning out while it's going on.
Exactly. Like for the Silverchair song, you have this mechanic where you rock out in the car. For the Smashing Pumpkin one, you're skateboarding through the city and there's another mechanic that goes with it that you can be like on beat as well. But it's just like that moment where she's skating and she's just like, I'm fucking pissed. And she puts on like Love by Smashing Pumpkins and you're just like skateboarding through the city away from a situation that angered her. And I'm just like, yo, this fucking rocks. Like this game, amazing.
I feel like this game was made for millennials and Gen X's.
Absolutely.
Like it speaks to us to a T.
Well, it's our childhood, basically, and it's the music we grew up on. But also, I think it's the kind of game that I think Gen Z and Gen Alpha would enjoy because it's like these really like short little vignettes, and each vignette has its own like little gameplay mechanic, and it's like everything is tied in with that song. I think anybody that's really, really into music, regardless of if they're like, I don't want to learn about some teenagers in the 90s. I'm like, if you're really into music, you need to play this game. And it's very accessible in the sense that if you're like, I'm bad at video games, who gives a shit? There was a baseball mini game in there. I whiffed so many balls because I couldn't get the timing right. It doesn't matter. It's fine. It's like, just enjoy the story. And it's definitely one of those games that when I see my brother-in-law and his girlfriend, I'm just like, add this game to your list of, cozy narrative games that you can just sit down while the baby's having a nap and just kind of play a chapter. Like you will fucking love Mixtape. Absolutely.
It's definitely going to be in the running for Game of the Year.
I think so. It's going to be on some charts.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be in many people's Game of the Year and on many lists, too, for Golden Joystick and Game of the Year and all that kind of stuff. Like, we do got a sleeper hit coming, just a little known game called GTA 6. But, like, still, there's nothing to say that this couldn't be added into the mix. So, yeah.
It's definitely like more than an indie darling. It's just a very, very good, well-made, well-rounded game. It's just a short one and an affordable one.
That's true.
Yeah.
Thanks to our friends over at IO Interactive and their PR team, I managed to get my hands on a code for 007 First Light. So I'm playing that on Xbox. Kat, I am loving this because it's like I'm playing a movie. It's so cinematic.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if I've ever seen a game that's as cinematic as this. I don't want to give away any spoilers, but like it totally has like the full, you play this opening sequence. Because like this is the origin story of Bond, right? So in this opening sequence is kind of like the precursor to him getting invited to being a 00 and a super agent spy with a license to kill. But yeah, so it plays through that whole sequence and then cuts to a full-on James Bond opening, like full-on silhouette artsy fartsy thing, like drawing with the girls and the like the tropes that you see in the animation and the James Bond with a Lana Del Rey song.
Wow.
Yeah, done for the game. So and then you get into it and you know how there's like 6 ways you need to play certain games? Like when I play an Assassin's Creed, I very much play as I'm playing sneaky, but I literally pull every enemy over into the high grass, murder them, let them hide there and move on. Like that's how I play it. I don't just let them stand there because I'm always terrified they're going to come up behind me and find me. But that's not what you do. Like, I learned the hard way. That's not what you want to do in this game. So I had to
Oh, no.
rethink of how I was supposed to play. I actually want to be stealthy and just power through and just run from cover to cover and stay and hide, not take all the guys out, because they find the guys and then I'm screwed.
Yeah. No, if it's based like the Hitman gameplay, it's really like a puzzle.
Yes.
To like, how do I like avoid this and do this? And if I kill this person, to like get to your mark and then escape. If they keep to the Hitman formula, you definitely need to look at it more like a puzzle. Like, how do I go navigate this labyrinth?
Yeah, I get to this one mission and there's a part where it's like a real firefight, and I'm at this point, I haven't really done a whole lot of gun stuff because you don't want to. You're a super secret agent spy and you don't want to necessarily murder anybody because then people know you were there, right? You don't want anybody to know you were there. So yeah, I get in this one full on shootout and I kept dying over and over again. And I'm like, I am not doing this right. What am I not doing right? And then I forgot, the trope of the red, gasoline barrels to make things blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah, needed to do that. But man, once you hit those, the explosions were spectacular and made it a heck of a lot easier. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun. I think I'm 5-6 hours in because came out Wednesday. I downloaded and started it Thursday night. Friday, I crashed. Saturday and Sunday, I played some too. But yeah, I am really enjoying this. It has all the spy intrigue kind of thing that I want to do, you're going through this really fancy hotel where there's this international world chess tournament going on and there's something going down, something, you're trying to stop some event from happening. And you have to eavesdrop on conversations and sneak past people and hit people with these poison darts that give them a tummy ache so they walk away. And there's it's really fun. It's really beautiful. It's so cinematic. It is literally playing a movie. It's wild. I really enjoying the performances of Bond's character, of his companions, of folks like M and Moneypenny and Q and all that. The regular staples that from a James Bond universe, from the James Bond universe, that is. Yeah, it's really fun. I see why it got the ratings it got.
Yeah. A colleague of mine started playing over the weekend, and he described it as being a mix of Uncharted and Hitman.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. I would say more Uncharted and Hitman than, say, Assassin's Creed, because you have, it's not, there's a handful of puzzles, not crazy, that I've encountered so far, but the hide and shoot and that kind of thing, trying to take cover and that kind of stuff and being sneaky, and the same thing from Hitman. But then there are some moments that in Uncharted that I remember that whole scene with the train hanging off the side of the cliff and you kind of running up through, and it has it's those moments all the time, essentially.
Of course, because it's James Bond.
Exactly. I mean, if you're going to be given an IP like James Bond and you're IO Interactive, why wouldn't you go balls to the wall, right?
This is like Larian Studios doing Baldur's Gate 3. I was like, match made in fucking heaven. And the reviews are out and everybody's like, this is perfect. I'm like, of course it's perfect. They should have given James Bond to IO Interactive eons ago. If somebody was going to make the best James Bond game since GoldenEye, it was going to be the people that make fucking Hitman.
Right.
Of course.
Why? It's why didn't we think of these things before? This is the way it was meant to be, Yeah. So yeah, I'm looking forward to continuing to play that. But, oh my gosh, Kat, this week is going to be so chocker-blocked in games, releases, announces. And, when I downloaded or resubbed to Game Pass the other day, I literally, installed a slew of the other games that I'm I want to play that, and I want to play that, and I want to play that. And now there's so many more coming, and we know are going to coming. I don't know. Summer what? If it rains all summer, I'll be inside playing games.
Yeah. I don't think, I don't know, they were saying it was going to be an El Nino summer, which usually means it's more rainy and not as hot. Because, usually if it's, scorching outside, I'll stay inside, in the afternoon with the air conditioning, playing games, and then, in the evening when it's a bit more cooler, then I go out. in the back alley, hang out with people. I don't know if this summer is going to be like that. Maybe this summer is going to be staying inside because it's raining all the fucking time.
Maybe. It's too hot, stay inside. It's raining, stay inside. The bugs are too bad, stay inside. It's all good. We have games to play.
The one day that's nice. Okay, well, now I'm going outside.
Now I'm going outside. I was outside for 5 minutes. Time to go back inside and play games. Let's talk about some of those announcements that are coming up and some stuff we've gotten over the past few days. Because there's been a Minecraft Live. There's more news on GTA. All that stuff. Let's get into that right after this break. All right, we're back. One of my favorite times of the year is when we get to have a Minecraft Live, and we had one this past weekend with lots of announcements. Some of the biggest stuff included the Chaos Cubed drop is coming on June 16th for those who wanted to play around in the new Sulfur area, which is really cool. You get the opportunity to do that coming in the next 2 weeks, which is great. There are Speedrun Worlds launch for Minecraft Bedrock Edition. So Tubbo and MCSR Ranked have brought speedrunning to the world of Minecraft Bedrock. Why can't I say that? Minecraft Bedrock Edition with a launch of 2 new worlds. The Speedrun Practice World offers tutorials, time trials, and medals for players looking to flesh out their parkour skills. That's pretty cool. Levels that are dedicated to speedrunning. I love that. Mojang also revealed their first new look at the new Minecraft Dungeons 2 mob, which is actually a creature that it looks like the Warden, just on steroids. It's literally called the Twisted Warden. It looked like it came right out of that portal that we don't really know is a portal that's down in the deep dark biome. So that's pretty cool. More on Lego Minecraft partnership. The first look at the Minecraft Movie 2, which has its official title now. It's called Minecraft Movie Squared. Appropriate. And they also announced too, because there was a little bit of a tease of this at the end of the last movie, that we now have Jack Black coming back as Steve, Jace Momoa is coming back as Garrett, Daniel Brooks is coming back as Dawn, and now we also have Kristen Dunst who's gonna play Alex. I think that's wicked. I cannot wait to see where they take this. But wait, there was more. We had a biome announced with Chaos Cubed that is now coming out, and we've got a new biome that they also started speaking about that's coming in the fall. It's actually called the Dappled Forest. And for those of you that have wanted maybe fall looking like trees within your Minecraft world without installing a mod, now you will get that. The Dappled Forest will have a different wood type that actually has red, orange, and yellow leaves, which is really cool. Something we haven't had natively in the game. So that's going to be really cool. More on that to come later in 2026. It's going to be part of the next drop, whatever that may be. They don't have a name on it yet. They just said, hey, new biome coming. So yeah, Minecraft Movie, more biomes, more stuff for Bedrock Edition, as well as more Minecraft Dungeons 2 stuff. So a pretty good Minecraft Live.
It always surprises me how much content they still push through this game. It's amazing.
There's so much potential. You could really go anywhere. The sky's the limit.
Is it though? I've seen some Minecrafters try to prove that it is not.
I mean, there is a world height, but yeah. Back on our nonsense, let's get into GTA 6 watch. Remember a few weeks ago, I don't think it was last week, I think it was the week before last, Kat, where we were talking about the rumor scuttlebutt / somebody said on a podcast that there's not going to be review codes given out for GTA 6. Instead, it was going to be like a press event and blah, 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 blah. People would get to go to an event because they wanted to keep it on lockdown. You and I think Joelle too, were all kind of in the mind that, well, does GTA 6 really need reviews? Well, according to Take-Two Interactive CEO Strauss Zelnick, yes, it is actually important. Positive review scores are important, and arguably the most anticipated game is arguably the most anticipated game of the generation. So yeah, there was just a bunch of just conversations chatting around what that meant, considering, like that they had Red Dead Redemption 2 release, and then and that had all high 90s. Grand Theft Auto 5 has been around forever. That also too was in the high 90s. Mm-hmm. But we live in a little bit of a different world now when it comes to, the social media of it all and how reviews are done and things like that. So yeah, In speaking with Christopher During of the game business, Zelnick admitted that these numbers are just as important as they were in the past. Specifically, he spoke to how these positive reviews reflect Rockstar's commitment to quality releases. However, he has also acknowledged changes in the media and noted that over a decade ago, it was easier to handpick the specific journalists you trusted with reviews. In quotes, at that point in time, let's say 2014, it was easier, not easy, but easier to handpick the journalists you want to review that game ahead of time. I was one of those journalists. Social media is so noisy, and someone has to be the first to say the thing you like is rubbish. Someone will do that. All narratives are available at once now and everything. Rockstar are going to get it from the gates, some dissenting voices. Does that mean the game is any more or less brilliant? I don't know, but there's going to be dissenting voices. Yeah, I mean, people like to hate on stuff, you know? It's easy. People like that hot take, that saltiness, you know? But sometimes that's just noise too, right? You want to listen to it to see if there's actually something discerning coming out of it and where it's coming from. But a lot of times the negative noise can be just people wanting to stir up shit.
But it's also because like the algorithm reward negativity.
That is very true.
So you end up having to, and we say a lot, just kind of find the creators that speak to you, that speak the kind of language you like, that review the kind of games you want to play, and never let anybody tell you to not play something because of like, I heard they did this because of this one person and they didn't want us to know this. And, and I'm just like, that's all speculation. Just look, game good, play game. Game bad, don't play game. Game lukewarm, wait for sale. I don't, it's sometimes you just gotta cut through the noise. Like these game publishers cannot cut through the noise themselves. He's right. Absolutely right. The noise, there's really a noise barrier between the people that make the game and the people that play the games. And I think they can try as much as they can to cut through the noise, but essentially it's us as consumers to essentially be like, that's rage bait. That's fucking AI generated. Out of the way. Okay, like I know this dude, or I know this lady, or I know this person, and I know that they played a shit ton of GTA 5 and they did a lot of content for this game, and what they say is probably accurate. Unfortunately, it's getting really, really hard to do.
Yes, it is. Zelnick remains steadfast. The number of any given review score is important. One number he's not talking about is the official price of the forthcoming Grand Theft Auto title. I like how this is written, Insider Gaming. Thank you very much. So the game is still set to release on November 19th, but we don't have a price.
It's going to be 100. That's the new price.
We're in, the precipice of Summer Game Fest and being excited about games. But that means that some games, maybe they won't make it out in time. Maybe they're trying to dodge Grand Theft Auto. And that game's Fable. I'm pretty sad. I went on Twitter for a hot second and then closed it right away because the first thing I saw was that Fable was getting delayed to 2027. God damn it! But I mean, it takes the time it takes. So over on PC Gamer, digging more into the story, Fable 4 is delayed to 2027 and we all know why. That's so funny. Microsoft says that 2026 is, in quotes, packed with new games, including one in particular. Getting into the story on PC Gamer. Just over a month after denying a rumor that Fable would be delayed until 2027 to avoid the Grand Theft Auto 6 behemoth, Fable has been delayed into 2027 because, quotes, the year is packed with incredible games, one of which just happens to be Grand Theft Auto 6. Packed is maybe overstating it a bit. Overstating. I would say understating it based on what my current calendar looks like. But based on the list rolled out by the official Xbox account on X, including Halo Campaign Evolved, Gears of War, E-Day, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 4, Control Resonant, Star Wars Galactic Racer, and finally GTA 6. Modern Warfare 4 is going to suck up some oxygen, sure. But overall, I feel, and this is the author of this article, like it's a list of games that leaves room for a big name release like Fable, except for one of them, I suppose. So yeah.
I think they probably want to avoid what happened with Avowed.
What did Avowed get sidetracked by?
Well, it came out in February, so it was already like weird.
Okay.
And then what was it?
I feel like there was a bunch of games that came out around Avowed too.
Yeah. So they kind of like
That was last year, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was last year. And it's like, I played it, and even I forgot I had played it. But yeah, it came out in February, and then the rest of the year was like...
Okay, I'm looking at Steam 2025 in video games.
I forget which one, but like at one point there was Ghost of Yote, there was Assassin's Creed Shadows. I'm pretty sure Avowed is February 2026.
Yeah, I'm looking for the dates here now. My God, oh my God. Okay. No, this is just events and stuff.
No, it was February 2025.
Okay.
So,
yeah, I just don't see it on Wikipedia. Usually they have a list of everything that came out, but I'm just seeing events and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to remember too. The fact that I remember there's a reason I was playing something else because I wanted to play Avowed and then never got around to it.
Yes, what happened in 2025? Games released in 2025
2 Point Museum. There
Hades
you go.
2, Clara Obscura Expedition 33 in April, Blueprints in April, Split Fiction in March, Donkey Kong Bonanza in July, and then Hollow Knight in September. Yeah, and Hades 2 in September. So yeah, essentially Avowed came out in February, and people were like, oh yeah, cool. No. But then like the hype for Clara Obscura basically took all the oxygen.
Yeah, that happens.
So I think they don't want that for Fable. It feels like high fantasy game right now are not the big ticket items.
Maybe not.
In terms of the trending in games. So maybe I'm the only nerd who's like, we're giving my sword and magic games.
I mean, I want the Fable game. But I mean, like, I also want time to be able to play that. I don't want to have to rush through anything. Do you know what I mean? I hate feeling inundated. Like, I sit down to play a game and then I feel guilty about playing one game because I should be playing another game. I'm too old for this shit. I don't want to feel guilty. I just play what I want when I want to play it at this point.
Yeah, just play the games. Play the games. Like, I let go of Final Fantasy 16 because Ghost of Yote came out, and I have no regrets.
No regrets. You know what we're going to have no regrets about? Summer Game Fest.
Yeah.
Why? Because it started already. So yeah, I want to run through all the different events. Obviously, some of the events will already have happened by the time you get this because we are recording it on a Monday and usually we release on a Thursday. Therefore, time is a thing. So, I also just want to remind people to look out for things because, some of us are in a fantasy critic league and this may be helpful. Maybe I shouldn't give away all my secrets, but here we are. It's not really that much of a secret. Yeah, there's a slew of press conferences and events and stuff over the next few days. One just happened. Kat, didn't you send it in the Discord message about the Mixed Summer Game Showcase 2026? Was that an event, or is that essentially just like a thing on Steam?
It was a stream. It was a stream hosted by Kinda Funny.
Shit.
Yeah, Kinda Funny helped with that showcase. It's like a 6-hour long stream. Like there's a lot of it. But yeah, it's from the what does Mix stand for? In something Indie Exchange.
Okay, Media Indie Exchange or something?
Exactly. They host an event every year. So it was a bunch of indie games announced.
Nice.
I have yet to scrub through it though because I was like, whew, that is
there's games listed there that they've talked about already that like I have saved on my oh my goodness, I'm seeing one now that I want to play that looks like you're running a bar. Oh my God, I need to stop watching this animation. There was one game that was listed on the page, Kat, that I thought of you because it's called Neighborhoods.
No,
but it's not your version of Neighborhoods. Yours is really interesting. This is a cozy city sim where you shape streets to help people thrive, gather, and develop strong opinions about a particular bench. We're reimagining the city builder as a city fixer. It looks really cute. You need to check it out. It's not exactly the same as what your game, because I think yours still has a different USP. But yeah, I saw it and I was like, Kat's gonna have to play this game now.
I do. And also, what is up with that fucking bench?
Also, yeah. Why is this bench so popular? So yeah, more on that to come as we dig in. There's so much. There's Dimitri.
Yeah,
right on cue.
I thought I had given him enough wet food for this for the last.
Well, he's a star now because everybody said in Discord they were like, we heard Dimitri.
You know what I think it is? I think it's because like right now our recording is encroaching on the time I usually give him his nighttime medication. And it's not about the pills. It's about the treats I give him to bribe him into taking the medication.
I see.
He's a man of routine. Routine.
Yes. So yeah, there's a whole bunch of different events that are coming up. I have a feeling there's going to be so many things that we're just going to have to summarize it all next Monday when we record. Let's run through a few things. Tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern is Black Voices in Gaming. Then later on at 5 p.m. is the PlayStation State of Play. PlayStation State of Play. On Wednesday at 5:30 Eastern, we've got Shack News Indie Showcase. Then on Thursday at 5 o'clock, we've got Latin American Games Showcase. Thursday at 7 o'clock Eastern, Women-Led Games. Friday at 11 a.m., Accessibility Summer Showcase. Friday at 5 p.m., good old Summer Game Fest Showcase. Saturday, June 6th at noon, Wholesome Direct. Saturday, June 6th at 1 p.m., Story Rich Showcase. That's an interesting new one, Kat, the Story Rich Showcase. Then we've got 2 p.m. same day, Green Game Showcase. 3 p.m. Gaming, Gayming, Pride Parade. 6 p.m. Frosty Game Fest. Sunday, at the 7th at 1 p.m., we've got the Xbox Game Showcase. Then we've got the PC Gaming Show at 3 p.m., the Deutsch Indie Showcase at 5 p.m., and then Monday, June 8th, India Game Showcase. So it's literally from today until Monday of next week.
It's just I'm not watching all that already.
No, it's a lot. So I think we cherry pick what we're interested in. State of Play for PlayStation happens tomorrow at 5 p.m. Eastern. I'm not going to be able to watch that live because 5 p.m. is when I'm literally traveling home. So I think I'll catch that afterwards because I want to see more Marvel Wolverine.
Yeah.
Wholesome Direct is always a good time. Excited for
Yes.
that.
I'm
That
definitely
will
gonna
be
watch like
good.
the big three, like PlayStation, Summer Game Fest, Xbox at the very least. PC gaming show, I always kind of like run out of steam while we get to it. Wholesome Direct, of course.
Yes.
Everybody else is like it's nice little curated stuff. I might scrub through.
Yeah.
the
I watched
poster.
some of them on 2 times just to get through it, and then I stop on the games that really intrigues me. Also, the Wholesome Direct's artwork is so nice.
Yeah.
It has no right to be that pretty.
I don't know where they find these artists, but they're really good.
They find good artists. So yeah, what are you hoping to see over this 8 days?
I mean, for myself as a gamer, kind of want to discover some new IPs.
Okay.
You know, like I'm getting Fire Emblem soon, Fable following year. If I can discover some new, high fantasy IPs, I think I'd like that. Or more like I might watch the Story Rich one to get more shit like mixtape.
Cool.
Cause yeah, I'm just kind of like itching for that. Cause Avowed was good, even though like people forgot about it. I gotta start that game again. They added more content. I really like. I know there were some haters, but for me, like Dragon Age Veilguard was really good. Really good. I really enjoyed it. Like the gameplay was tight and every class was like fun to play. Because before like Dragon Age, it was like, you don't play a fucking warrior, that shit sucks. And I'm looking forward to like, yeah, I just want to give me some new high fantasy IPs instead of having to rely on the same ones. Because I don't think, and like people are, maybe I'm being pessimistic. Some people are being very hopeful. I don't think we're getting any Elder Scroll news this year. It could be the big mic drop of Summer Game Fest. Just Bethesda being like, shut up, we did it.
Do they have anything else that they can really talk about right now?
No, I don't think so. I unless they're like, surprise, Fallout,
Which they could. I mean,
yeah,
they've got the TV show.
But if they wanna, I think the kind of announcement that would like not overshadow, but that would make enough noise for people to stop thinking about GTA 6 for 5 minutes. It would be like something like Bethesda finally announcing the next Elder Scroll, Elder Scroll game. But they're in the same boat as GTA 6, right? How are you going to top Skyrim?
It's going to be challenging.
And I wonder if, and that's 100% speculation, I don't have any insider information. I wonder if what they did to the Oblivion remake was them testing, or basically them starting to move out of their bespoke engine and using Unreal. And that's why there's a lot of delays.
Maybe.
Because there's nothing like engine problems or engine tech debt to cause massive production delays. BioWare faced it with Frostbite, and Dragon Age had a lot of problems with Frostbite. It's just, so I wonder if that's what's happening and why it's taking so long, other than them being like, how are we going to top Skyrim? Like, how is GTA 6 going to top GTA 5? How is the next Elder Scrolls going to top Skyrim? I'm starting to wonder if they were just like, they looked at whatever house engine they had and being like, yeah, this ain't it.
It's quite possible.
Yeah. Because essentially the Oblivion remake was, they did a they had a wrapper around the old game, and then they used Unreal to render new graphics.
Neat.
To upscale the graphics. But the actual like gameplay and code is like the old game.
Wild.
Yeah, that's how they upscaled it.
That's pretty hard.
But that's also why you have like such a beautiful game, but you have like the same bugs from fucking 20 years ago, where sometimes you'll just like walk through a rock and be stuck there.
I wanted to live in this rock, so I shall stay here.
Exactly.
I'm really hoping we're going to get a date for Witchbrook.
Witchbrook. Yes.
Like, we were supposed to get that the end of last year and it got pushed and we still don't have a date. I really hope we get a date for that. I just don't know where that may live. Like, that game could be big enough to go into Xbox or PlayStation's event. Noticeably absent from all of this is anything from Nintendo. So God only knows if they decide to drop some sort of thing.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't announced a direct for the summer or anything.
No, they go by the beat of their own drum. But yeah, I am hoping we're going to get that. There are so many games that I'm just like, TikTok is servicing me so much kind of stuff that's off the beaten trail that we wouldn't usually hear about. I'm moving further and further away from a, let's call it pop culture kind of video games that we're used to, and slowly falling over into the more indie stuff lately. It's just scratching the itch more so. Because a lot of the stuff that comes out, I find it just doesn't speak to me. There's the rare one like this, 7 First Light, and I want to play GTA 6 because I am curious. But yeah, like Mike, and this is something I get to try now. So we just bought Mike a gaming PC and we installed Forza Horizon 6 on it. So he was playing that the other day. I can't wait to sink my teeth into that. But mind you, I would not want to play that unless I was in a sim rig. I'm fucking terrible at driving in video games. I made that very clear playing First Light. I am trash at driving in games. So I don't know what it is. It just doesn't compute.
It's because you bring your joystick forward.
Yes, I do.
You can't do that.
I know. And
you just got to hit left
my
or
brain,
right.
Cat.
But you can't just, you're playing it like it's like a Nintendo 64 or something.
I know.
But
that's what I learned.
That's something I had to unlearn, which is like thumbs off if you're going straight, and then you just put your thumb on it if you want to turn, and you got to slow down. It's like real life. You got to slow down before a turn. But every time somebody complains that they're bad at driving in video games, it's because they always have the joystick in full tilt. I'm just like, no, you just kind of like click, 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 left, right, click, 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 click.
Stop shaming me, Kat.
I'm just saying. You keep saying you're bad.
I am.
It was determined why you're bad.
Yeah, so. Oh my God. But yeah, I'm just ready for some hype shit too. I'm looking forward to Wolverine. I think that's going to be cool. Curious to see what kind of surprises we get. Who knows? Well, Kat, I think that pretty much closes out our show for this week. As always, check out the show notes on girlsongames.ca for links to all the stories mentioned in this episode. If you have the power to rate and review this podcast where you're consuming it, that'd be much appreciated if you could do so. Why? It helps with discovery, pushes us up in the rankings, and we love to hear what you have to say. Helps us build our show. Thank you, Catherine, for joining me on this here podcast this evening. Please shout out your social media handles so people can follow you anywhere and everywhere online.
Yes, I am CSDESBINS, C'est de bien on Instagram, Blue Sky. That's where I hang out. But you can always find me in the Girls on Games Discord.
And I am Leah, Jew, our most social media platforms. But of course, you want to know everything there is to know about Girls on Games. You can track us down at The Girls on Games on X and Facebook. Just Girls on Games. No the in there on Instagram, Threads, Blue Sky, and TikTok. Discord.me/Girls on Games to continue this conversation and more. But of course, if you ever want to know anything at all, you can track it down at our home base. That's our website, girlsongames.ca. Thank you, Kat. It's been another lovely week in video games, and I'm off to be a super secret agent spy 007. Yeah. See you later. Bye.
Bye.